Morning to you. Time for the papers this morning with author and broadcaster Susan Holder and broadcaster Pete Price. Good to see you both. Before we start with the papers, let's talk Macca.
you want
Been waiting for this.
You want my Paul McCartney story?
Yes.
Roll,
What's your Paul McCartney story?
My Paul McCartney story. So, as you know, because I've come and talked to you about it before, I had a book out this year called Shake It Up Beverly, which is about a Beatles fan.
Yes.
And a couple of years ago, I wrote and told Paul about this because it was a play to begin with, and I wanted to tell him that I'd written a story and just confess to him that it was all written with love and it was done with respect, and I hope he didn't mind. And I didn't expect a reply, but the very next day, he replied saying, "Sounds fab, good luck with it, although how Paul McCartney can be anybody's idea of an ideal man is a bit of a stretch." Bless him.
Oh.
What a great guy. Anyway.
Sorry, he said that.
He said that to me. He said that to me. He said that. So then, yes, no, I didn't say how, no, I wouldn't say that to him. That would be very rude.
Well, it sort of would.
Yeah. So, in July, I was in Liverpool at an event, and there was Paul McCartney, and I haven't had any kind of exchange with him since that because it was pre-COVID. And he's suddenly at my elbow and said, "How's it going?" I can't really do Paul McCartney, but how's it going? So I said, "Oh, I just want to say thank you so much for sending me that email when I had my play out. It was so lovely of you to be so encouraging." So he said, "Well, how's it all going then?" So I said, "Well, actually, of course, the play, because of, you know what, the pandemic, but I've rewritten it as a book, and I got a deal with HarperCollins." He went, "Oh, well done, that's amazing. Do you want to send me a copy?"
Oh.
And in a moment of madness, I said, "I've actually got a copy in my bag." So he went, "Great, give it to me then." So I got it out and said, "Shall I sign it?"
Oh!
And he didn't miss a beat, and he went, "Yeah, that'd be great." And everything I'd ever known, all words I've ever known, just went out of my head. And what I should have written was, "Love from a paperback writer."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't think of that. I just thought, what do you write? What do you write? So I just wrote, "To Paul, thanks for everything, Susan," which is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I then turn around and he goes, "How much?" And I went, no, it's for you, it's free. And then in another twist you couldn't predict, out of his top pocket he pulls a £20 note and went, "No, here you go." And I couldn't possibly. And I went, no, and I just backed away in horror. But the thought of plucking the £20 note from his fingers, I would wake up screaming if I'd done that. But no, I went, "No, I think you've given the world enough," is what I said.
You should have got him to sign
I should have done,
£20
maybe.
yeah.
And I would never have spent it.
No.
But I didn't. I just panicked. He just panicked me. I think he was joking with me. But what a lovely...
That's a great
It's a
story.
great story.
I used to go to Jim's house, his dad, who lived in Heswell, and I always knew one day I would meet him as a big star. I'd met him many years ago. And this lovely little girl was in the car park as I drove in, and I went, "Who do you belong to?" And it was Stella. And somebody went, "It's my daughter." And went, "I knew it would happen one day." I was in a total state.
Fabulous.
But he rang my radio show out the blue when I worked for the BBC.
Yeah,
He said,
he
"Paul
often does
McCartney's
that,
on the phone," and went, "Don't be stupid." Well, or words to that effect.
Yeah.
Well, somebody said to me, "Oh, he carries money." I'm like, he's not the Queen.
No.
I mean, he's
Absolutely
cool.
carries
Why would you
money.
think he wouldn't carry money? But he did. He tried to give me £20, which was overpaying.
That's
really.
lovely, though.
It's very nice that he offered.
Could have given him change.
Yeah.
I think he was joking with me. Anyway, I didn't put it to the test.
He was joking, you should have taken it.
Lovely story. If you've got any stories of meeting celebs, go on, tell us. GBNEWS@gbnews.uk.
Yeah, it's nice to put a smile on our face. Pete, let's look at the Express and a very lucky person.
I wanted to mention this story because the video is haunting. It's the Argentine vice president who was shot at. Have you not seen it, Anne? It's absolutely horrendous. There is the gun, there she is, and the gun stuck. It had 5 bullets in it. And the gun stuck.
And there's so many people around.
Yeah.
If it had gone off, it would
have shot other people.
It could have been more than just her. It could have got
unbelievable. Unbelievable. The luckiest woman alive.
To show that, there we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
The luckiest woman alive.
And they have got him, haven't they?
They've got got him. They know him. He's on his social media. He's got a Nazi black sun tattooed on his arm, and he's far right. But I mean.
Somebody up there was looking after her.
When you watch the video, you shudder. But to be a politician these days, look who we've lost in this country.
Politician. I mean, I know we all can have opinions. We can all disagree about things. We've done it today, but my goodness, I mean, the danger they have to be. They take it. You know, our politicians. You hear them talking about it. Yes, death threats, as though it's the no. It is not.
How's she gonna ever close her eyes again and sleep?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, you can't imagine. But I wanted to mention because it's just gone round the world.
My goodness.
Yeah. Susan, in the Star, we're all dreaming of a light Christmas.
Yes,
aren't we? Financially light.
It's going to be very light. And the story that they've gone with here is about Britain facing a colourless Christmas as councils and companies and citizens cancel fairy lights. But when you read down the story, they are talking about the huge displays and the neighbours who have those kind of light their entire houses for weeks on end. I don't think they're saying that everybody has to necessarily not have Christmas lights on their own personal tree. But I mean, obviously there is a huge issue here and people need help, and we need to be told quickly what is going to happen because people are torturing themselves. And I don't want people to be thinking about Christmas being horrendous again. We've had just
some terrible times.
Some terrible times. I mean, I'm not putting myself in a bracket of people who have had really, really awful times, but I've not seen people for 2 years. Even if you haven't got the things that maybe you would really like, the presents you could afford, we can see people. Let's just hold on to that.
Susan, on the back of that story also, to all the papers and to news outlets as well, we've got to stop going on about the problems we've got with heating, electricity, etc., and bills, because it's killing people. It's actually killing people through fear.
But Pete, until politicians start doing something.
Yes, but there's a major war. There's a major war. There's been a major pandemic, and there's companies out there making a great deal of money. I agree with you. Something's got to be done. But telling people know they're struggling, and it's killing people.
Susan's got a point there, hasn't she? If we don't keep on about it, will the politicians wake up to it?
Yeah, that needs to be done. But it doesn't need to be.
But you're also a journalist, and you know if you go on and on about it too much, it
But we don't need another headline that says Christmas is cancelled.
I know.
Because so far it is not. And I refuse to have that happen. And I refuse to allow Christmas to be cancelled in my house again. I spent the first year doing what I was told to do because I was under the impression that was the right thing. Despite the fact apparently we could have been partying, but who knew? And so we didn't see anybody. The second year we didn't see anybody either because they all got COVID. So we had having said all that, I am very fortunate. I wake up with Noddy Holder next to me shouting it's Christmas to wake me up on Christmas morning and then cook my Christmas dinner. So I cannot complain. But at the same time, it would be really, really nice this year if I can just see people. And that is what will be Christmas for me.
I'm so glad you mentioned your husband. I've got to ask the question that we all want to know.
Oh, Lord.
When do you actually get the cheque each year?
I have nothing to do with me. I'm not even going there.
Boxing Day.
That's got to be better than a pension.
Don't forget, it's not the only hit he's had, you know.
No, I know, but very useful.
I bet it's the one that makes more money for him.
Not necessarily, but we're not getting
we've got another
into
show
that.
here.
I know. There you go. On that note, we will leave it.
Lovely.
It's been, do you know what? It's been really good to see you.
Have we finished?
We're finished.
I can't talk about the old people's ministers and staying on social media and the sex you have.
Come and talk.
All those stories we can't do.
No, thankfully not. No.
We'll talk it up in the green room. Over a nice cup of coffee.
Been good to see you. You need to keep you two paired up together. It's been lovely. It's a nice little pairing, man.